Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Thursday Marriage Reset Facebook Live. It's wonderful to be here with you this morning. This morning I want to talk about the difference between anger and resentment. Anger and resentment. And a lot of times it's confusing and people think they're the same thing. And when we get angry in the moment, then we call that anger. If we hold on to anger, and if anger becomes unexpressed, or we express it in the moment and then it doesn't resolve and we carry it with us, then it becomes unexpressed anger, and unexpressed anger is resentment. Resentment is like rust. It just eats through everything. It's toxic. It changes how you see yourself. It changes how you see the person that you're angry with. It changes how you see, how you have experienced the thing that made you angry. The behavior, the action, the word, the way somebody spoke, what they did, what they didn't do, what they should have done, all of that gets changed. We don't often hear a lot about resolving resentment, and it's possible. It is a process, and it's possible. Resentment sits right here, and it just eats away at us. It never goes anywhere unless we use our deliberate intention. We are mindfully and intentionally releasing or clearing resentment. If we don't do that, if we don't take the time and the energy and have the focus to release the resentment, to clear the resentment, to address the resentment and then release it, clear it, it'll sit there. It doesn't have any way to get out. It doesn't have any reason to get out, so to speak. It sits there. So I want us to really recognize that today. And I want you to think about what you might be resentful about. What resentment, unexpressed anger might you be holding on to? And it might be very, very old. There might have been an event. So don't just identify the person. If you could possibly, identifying the person is fine. Go deeper, sort of walk down the ladder of your experience and see if you can identify the experience. Was it a behavior? Did somebody do something? Did they act in a certain way that was hurtful, that was offensive, that was an affront? Did they not do something that hurt your feelings or made you feel unimportant or slighted? Did they say something? Were there words? Was there an inflection, a tone of voice, an intention that you believe they had? Or perhaps somebody didn't say something that you wished they had said, needed them to say, wanted them to say. So behavior, actions that somebody did, didn't do, words somebody said, didn't say. Okay? And express your feelings. Express how that made you feel. It made you feel sad, not seen, not heard, not important, like you didn't matter. It was harsh or hurtful or cruel or mean, right? You can tell yourself the truth. You're not going to talk to the other person. These are the kinds of things that you're going to say to yourself about your experience to try to unwrap it, to try to sort it. Right now, resentment, if you have resentment in there, it's all balled up. It's like a yarn, a messy yarn of many, many, many kinds of thread. So when you don't have to edit yourself, and you don't have to make sure that you're making iMessage feedback, and you can really dig in there and see what's going on and use the words that come up for you, then you might be able to more easily sort what's happening. Okay, resentment and anger. Anger in the moment can be expressed in iMessage feedback. Anger is a feeling. It's as normal as fatigue and hunger. Not violence, not behavior. Anger is a feeling. So we'll talk more about anger as a feeling next week, and we're also going to talk about grudges, holding grudges. If you're listening to the replay, let me know about your resentment, if you've identified something that somebody did or said or didn't do or didn't say, and how that made you feel, and the progress that you're making on clearing, not letting it go. We don't let anything go, but clearing, resolving, releasing the resentment. And I'll make a note to myself to talk more about that as well, give you some tips on actually the how to do that. Okay, remember, stay strong, stay brave, stay courageous, and open-hearted. And I'll see you next week. Have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye for now.